is time for me to say goodbye to China, and I'm super excited to go back home and just start my new adventure.
Your life is your book, and this is my favorite chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, all things relationships abroad. Welcome back to All Things Relationships Abroad. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it's your first time here, my name is Nikita, your host. I actually haven't had a chance to speak to someone who is deciding to go home. Someone who's like, okay, I've had all these years in China, and right now, I want to go back home and settle down. Ladies and gentlemen, Jade! Thank you so much, girl. I know it's your house. How do you feel? I just welcomed you in your house. How do you feel?
No, I feel great. It feels fantastic to be welcomed in my own house.
Yeah! Girl, thank you so much for letting us come to your place, and thank you so much for sharing your story. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Jade Howard. I am a fellow South African.
I have represent
so many of us here. I've been in Nanjing for the past year. I've been in China for the past 2.5 years. Before coming to Nanjing, I was living in a really small city called Yueyang.
Yueyang, I actually don't know Yueyang.
Hunan province.
Hunan? Oh yeah!
Yeah?
Actually, oh yeah. Because I was in Hunan province also my first year.
Yes,
like I was in Changsha.
Yes. So Yueyang is about an hour away from Changsha via the speed train. And yes, in 3 weeks' time, I am going home. It is time for me to say goodbye to China, and I'm super excited to go back home and just start my new adventure.
Guys, I don't know how to feel about this really. Like I've been hearing people talking about like I'm planning to go home and but I haven't had a conversation with someone who actually just tells or give me all the details. Girl, this is the reason and all of that. Yeah. Okay, guys, you know the tradition, or should I say, something like a tradition for the show. Okay, why did you come to China? Why did you come to China? What was the reason that you decided, I want to go to China?
I came to China because I just wanted a complete change. And I just thought to myself, what is the furthest place from the norms that I'm used to, the things that I'm used to, the culture that I'm used to, and that was China. I wanted that, not to say I wanted the culture shock, but I just wanted to experience different cultures and experience different things that are quite far away from what I'm used to. So for me, it was always between different countries in Asia. It just came down to Thailand or China, and ultimately, we all want to save when we come here, so China was the best option for saving some money.
Okay. Oh yes, of course. What up, girl? I think that's the first reason. Yeah. Isn't it?
It was quite a rushed decision. Within a month, I had chosen, maybe 3 weeks, I had chosen China. Got my job, and 3 weeks later, I left. Wow. So it was quite a rushed decision.
Oh my God, how did you get all your documents done in such a short period of time?
So I had gotten them done for both countries, but I just made the decision for China 3 weeks before actually coming here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. And how was your family when you told them? Come on, guys. I mean, we all have, everybody has their own different story. When you tell your family, okay, guys, I'm leaving.
My family was so supportive. They were actually pushing me to get out of the country just because they wanted me to experience something new, something different. So they were extremely happy for me when I left, or when I told them I wanted to go. My family is very encouraging, very supportive. They really are amazing. They could see that I just longed for something more. So they were very supportive with that.
So you didn't get any of girl?
Oh, definitely not.
You.
No.
There's always there's always different stories. Some people it's a different continent and girl, we hear stories they eat dogs in China and all of that.
I did get that, and I still get that on like the weekly family calls. They're like, "Oh, what did you eat? What did you eat this week? Did you eat cat? Did you eat dog? What did you eat?" But no, it's just a joke from their side. And even with me leaving, they're super supportive because they know that I've come here and I've fulfilled everything that I wanted to fulfill.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is really nice.
Yeah.
Guys, please support.
Yeah, be supportive when you come, when you go somewhere, but also be supportive if if someone decides to go back home.
Yeah.
Just be supportive because everyone has their reasonings for wanting to leave or wanting to stay, wanting to go back home. Yeah, just be supportive.
That's very true. I love that. I like hearing stories like those where someone was really, really being supported, because there are people who are like, look, I had to just say, okay, guys, I'm leaving anyways. Even if you are here for me or you are not, I'm just leaving. And that is not nice.
No.
You're going to a different country, different continent, and your family is not supporting you. Like, you're already going to some people you don't know and all of that.
Exactly.
Nah.
You need that support, and it makes the world of difference. So I really am blessed that I had that support. And I've still got that support going home. So it's great. It's Nothing's changed.
Okay, girl, now tell us when you got to China. You told us, what is the city? I forgot to say.
Everyone forgets, it's so small. It's Yueyang.
Yueyang, Yueyang.
In Hunan province. I was the 9th foreigner.
Wow.
I was the 9th foreigner in the whole city.
But
because of COVID, I think I became the 3rd because everyone had left.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, which month was this?
I arrived in China on the 2nd of January 2020. So 3 weeks before lockdown.
Bad timing, girl.
Very bad timing. Yeah. So I had made no friends. During lockdown, I had no friends. Everyone had left. So yeah, it was very, very difficult.
Actually, I would love to know like your experience there. Like, you just left your family and you thinking, I'm going to have a great time, I'm going to have everything that you had in your mind, learning, seeing the culture, meeting people and all of that, and then you get here and it's totally different. What was going on in your mind? How did you feel? How did you cope? What did you do that actually made you feel like, I still want to stay?
Well, the first 3 weeks before COVID came about, before lockdown came about, were fantastic. I got to know those other 8 foreigners. You know, I thought that is what China was. You know, I didn't know the bigger cities. I didn't know the expat community. I didn't know anything. So the first 3 weeks were great, but once everyone had left, it was very, very difficult. Going from living with my family to living by myself and being by myself 24/7 in the same, like your same 4 walls, you cannot leave. It was very, very difficult. I was very, very close to going home. I don't know if you were during those times. You know, your family, my family was like, oh my god.
No, my family was like, you have to come down. I'm like, guys, come on. If everyone else is surviving, I'll be fine.
Yeah. My family was like, do you want to come home? Do you want to stay? But you know what? I really had made this big move to China, so I owed it to myself to stick it out and to see what would happen. I can't say I came to China for 3 weeks and then I left because of COVID.
Yeah.
You know, so I just stuck it out, spoke to my family every day, kept myself busy. Luckily, my school was teaching online, which was great. Kept me busy. Picked up different hobbies, started painting, started drawing, just kept myself busy. Yeah. But I think what kept me going was that I owed it to myself. You know, I made this big move and I need to stick it through.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad that I did, because look at how quickly China sorted it out.
True. Very true.
Yeah. I think it would have been difficult if I went back home and the rest of the world was struggling with COVID.
Yeah. It was quite understandable for the family though. I mean, come on, if your child is out there and you are hearing news, because there was nothing about, okay, it's getting better or anything like, it was just, it's bad, it's worse.
And they were showing these terrible videos.
Exactly.
And of course, it instills this fear in them. I don't blame them at all. I mean, we were scared here. Imagine them when their news and the stuff that they saw were
yes. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Oh well, we made it.
We did. Thank goodness. We did.
Okay, girl. So when you came to the school, was it like a training center? primary school or kindergarten?
It was a training center.
Okay, tell us about that, girl.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yes, please.
Okay, so when I had first started it, I thought it was fantastic. Oh my goodness, different working hours. I think it was like 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. It was like, oh my goodness, something different. Yes, it was fantastic. Pay was great, but then we lost teachers. So they started overworking the teachers that they had.
Oh, yeah.
And it just became, for me, it took the fun out of teaching because you're stuck to one curriculum and one like course book. It took the fun out of teaching for me because I didn't have a voice in what I wanted to teach the students. I just repeated the same thing every single day. So it wasn't fantastic towards the end. But I must say the first few months it was an experience. I'm glad that I experienced it.
Yes. So you could know in the future.
Yeah. If I had to go back, I obviously think I would have left a lot sooner than I did.
Wow.
But it's okay. Everything's a learning curve. And I'm glad that I've gotten that experience. It was nice for me because I was teaching back in South Africa. I went to a training center and now I came back to an environment that I'm used to from South Africa. So I got that little break just to experience a different form of teaching and teaching environment.
So what grade were you teaching in South Africa?
Oh, the babies, the 2 turning 3-year-olds, because I was still studying. So
So if you could compare your experience from home and here, like what would you tell us about that? Good and bad, if there is any bad.
Okay, so I'll just base it. I can't base it off of my previous school, but the school that I'm working at now is very, very similar to the curriculum and the school environment back home.
Really, the curriculum?
Yeah, because in South Africa, I don't know if you've ever heard of Redham House. So it's just a private school franchise in South Africa, and that's where I worked. And their preschool follows the Regio curriculum.
Really?
Yeah. So and I really enjoyed it. And currently we're doing IB and Regio. So it really has helped me get into the swing of things, and it's just brought that excitement of teaching back into me. You know, leaving the training center where my excitement for teaching has completely disappeared, and now I've gotten it back. So,
that's really nice.
Yeah, it's very similar to back home.
So that was it easy for you to get this job because I mean you already had experience?
That it was a benefit for me. Yeah, it was a plus for me. As soon as I mentioned that I had the training and I had the qualifications for Regio, was a big plus. Not to say that I haven't learned anything since being here, because they do follow IB. So I have learned a lot. But I've also been able to strengthen my skills and teach others a few things.
That's nice. That's really nice. So you've never been to a primary or teaching primary schools or anything now?
No, I haven't. So obviously I had done my teaching practicals. So I did, because I'm an educational psychologist. So I did educational psychology and linguistics, and then I did my PGCE. So I was busy working while I was doing my PGCE. As soon as I finished my PGCE, I came here.
Okay.
So no, I haven't taught primary.
Okay. So Jade, you've been here 2.5 years. 2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
Okay, girl. And of course, I already know your plans, girl. You're planning to go back home, girl.
I am.
So what is the reason? Why do you feel like now you want to go home?
I'll be honest. It's been a difficult 2.5 years for my family. Lots has happened at home that I need to go home and sort out and just come to terms with, you know, get some closure on things. And for me, I wanted to go home after my first year, to be honest. But I just said, okay, let me wait it out and see maybe if we can, you know, we're all hoping maybe next summer we can go home.
Of course,
maybe next summer.
Yes.
And that's what I've been doing. But then all this talk about only potentially opening in 2025, it's too much for me. I just feel as though there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Well, I felt as though there was no light at the end of the tunnel, and for lack of better words, I just felt like I was existing. I know that China is a great place to live and experience things, but I feel as though I'd gotten to a point where I wasn't enjoying my time here because I couldn't see an end to it.
True.
And I knew that I didn't want China to be my end either, like my end destination.
Okay.
So I just got into a point where I needed that light at the end of the tunnel. And as soon as I had made a decision to go home, automatically I had something to look forward to. I had that light at the end of the tunnel, and things completely changed for me. The past 6 months, I've really enjoyed China so much more because I know that there's something else for me to look forward to.
And it's like your last months, last days and stuff, and you're like, I'm gonna make the best out of these.
Because if you don't know when you're going home and you don't know when you're going to see your family again, it's difficult to enjoy your time. You know, well, not enjoy your time, but just do everything that you want to do, and so that was my reasoning.
So was it
Very
like
excited.
easy? was it like an easy decision, or you did think, oh, maybe not? No.
So I'll tell you. So when I was living in Yueyang, when was it? Last year. Actually, this time last year, I made a decision. I'm either going home, or I'm going to a bigger city where I can get a different perspective on China. So I was like, okay, let me see. I'll go to a different city. Let me see if it changes my perspective, makes me feel better about things. It definitely changed my perspective on things. And I'm glad I came here because I've been loving China since coming here. But it hasn't taken that want to go home away. So, you know, if it's always lingering, I just told myself, you owe it to yourself to do what you want to do. It was up in the air for a few months, but something in me one day just clicked and I said, I'm going home. And this must have been beginning of January.
Okay.
So I've known for quite a while.
Actually, true. Because it's really been like something that you always had in mind. I want to go home and settle down and like, Okay.
Don't know if I'm gonna settle down, but
Okay. So you might go to another country maybe after some time.
Yes, I'm looking at going to another country next year.
Oh, really? Okay. That is nice.
Super excited. Just gonna go home for the rest of the year, take some time, do what I need to do, and then once I've sorted everything out, then next year I'll look into another country.
Okay, and how's your family now? I mean, you haven't seen them for a while, girl.
I know.
What was their reaction when you were like, guys,
I'm coming home.
I'm coming home, yeah.
They were so excited. Because, you know, I think you also get it. Every phone call is, when are you coming home?
Yes, and it's so stressful.
It's so funny to say, I've got a surprise for you, I'm coming home. And they were very, very happy. Of course, they're encouraging me to go somewhere else because they do think, like we all know, once you get used to this lifestyle, it's difficult to go back home and live that lifestyle. So they're encouraging me to go somewhere else and travel some more. But I'm happy to go home for the rest of the year, probably 6 months or so.
Girl, I feel jealous.
It's okay, I'll take some photos for you.
Girl, oh, she's gonna kill me. Okay, girl. So if someone asks you, like, Jade, what do you feel you got out of being in China? What do you have?
What did I gain?
What did you gain? Yes. What did you gain in China?
Well, I can honestly say that the Jade that has come to China and the Jade that is leaving China are completely different people.
Wow.
I've gained independence. I have really learned how to put myself first, look out for myself. You know, it's difficult coming from a family environment and then being by yourself, you know.
True.
You're independent, you're becoming independent, you looking out for yourself. But at the same time, you learn that there's so much more out there for you.
Yes.
Because before I came here, to be honest, I didn't know all the possibilities that there were for me. So, you know, it's brightened my future and it's opened up my future. Good savings as well.
Yeah.
If that counts.
Money.
It's good to save, you know, it's good to take that savings back home. That's my plan for wherever I go next. I'm not going to live for savings as I did here. So I've made my savings here.
Oh, that's the best.
Next place I go, I'm just going to enjoy and live my life. So, but definitely become more independent and started looking out for myself first and just putting myself first.
Okay. Okay, girl. Do you have anything, please do have something to leave for our viewers, like any advice advice or anything? Yeah, maybe about coming to China or abroad, anything, girl.
Yeah. I can tell you something that has stuck with me that my aunt told me before I came here, and that was, if you have no reason to stay where you are, that is your biggest reason to go somewhere else. And you know what? I know it's daunting, I know it's scary, but the benefits that come out of it and the advantages that come out of just moving and broadening your horizons is just, it's amazing. So you know what, if you're contemplating moving abroad, changing your life, just do it. You know, I know the little cliche, you only live once, but it's so true. It's so true. If you don't like it, you go back home, but at least you can say you've done it and you've lived that part of your life. Yeah,
I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Actually, it makes me think most people don't want to do things because I haven't seen anyone closer to me doing it. Just hearing about it, I mean, you can't just hear about something and it's just an information that you have to know and like it passes on. But focus on that. When you find the information, it might be your future. It's a reason. There's always a reason for hearing something, knowing about something. So if you do get an opportunity or hear about it, go for it.
Yeah, it could honestly be the best thing that you could do for yourself. Definitely. So you might as well just take the chance.
Definitely.
And take that leap.
Honestly, I'm team abroad. Come on, guys. Come on.
It is great. It is great.
Yeah, definitely.
It is great. Just, I think now that the rest of the world is opening up and we are allowed to go home and see family, well, not China, but everywhere else, it will make living abroad a lot easier. So I hope China gets on board super soon, because I would like to come back. I would. If they had to open, I would come back. So
you hear that, guys?
It's a great lifestyle. Like I said, the only reason is that I haven't been able to go home.
So. Honestly, that has gotten to everyone. It's we all here. We all here, honestly. Okay, thank you so much, Jade. Thank you so much for letting us in your house and for sharing your story. I really, really wish you the best.
Thank
home,
you.
Oh girl. I wish you all the best, girl.
Thank you, and I hope to see you back in South Africa pretty soon, even if it's just for a visit. Make sure to pop past.
Definitely, of course.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
Girl, please, when you have that bride, girl, just take pictures and videos for me.
Oh, I will. You know the first thing I'm getting when I get home?
What?
Is Steers Burger.
Right! Oh my god! Okay,
and I will take a picture for you.
No, please, let's not talk about this. This is gonna break my heart.
It's okay. We'll make you miss home and want you to come home.
Thank you everyone for watching. Please do comment, leave your comments, questions, anything. Just tell us what you think about the story. Beautiful story that we just had. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, all things relationships abroad. Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching All Things Relationships Abroad with Nikita Kamane. Please do subscribe, like, and don't forget to comment, because we love to know your own views and keeping you engaged. If you believe you have a story that you'd love to share, please do send us a WhatsApp text or an email, because anyone can tell your story, but no one can tell it like you can. Until next time, All Things Relationships Abroad.